Alrighty guys, so not a whole lot's changed on the w124, the s124. I think I found out that I'm going to have to take this pump off and change it to the tandem one. Now I have the tandem one just sitting in the box. Just here, I pulled it off the M103. I have another one underneath the table over here that's from on a naturally aspirated 606. I think they're the same anyway. I'll probably have to figure out something with the belt, because that belt is going to be sized for a it's only a brand new belt as well. It's going to be sized for this wheel here, or this pulley here. I don't know. Anyway, look, we'll cross that bridge. I'm going to have to scrap the original one to the W210 and put the W124 pump in with the reservoir for the power steering. So that's all well and good. Doesn't make really it's a bit of a pain now that the engine's in, but sure, hey ho, we'll live with it. That's pretty much all that's really changed on the engine bay. I still don't know about the prop shaft going down the back, that joint being kind of overly separated. The shed's a mess because I have been, you might have seen I did a quick kind of video on how to take apart these drive shafts to this stage. So I just rebuilt this one. And essentially it's a reverse of the removal procedure. So yeah, it's all sort of straightforward. I'll do a quick video now and you can have a watch as it's being rebuilt. I've decided not to paint these. This one was quite badly rusted anyway. So I'm not painting them. For all intents and purposes, I believe these the shafts or the joints are going to break. The shaft might be alright, but the joints are going to keep breaking on me, I believe. And I think it is the inner one that breaks first, which is good because that's a serviceable one. But look at this, I think I'll be doing this job several times. I have another 2 shafts sitting there, and I might have to get some replacement ones online, although I imagine the ones online will be a much poorer quality. Anyway guys, I'll do a quick video and you can see how I'm rebuilding them and everything like that. Don't know the quantity of grease. I'm just putting in what I think is right for the grease. I'm also, I really like the Febby kit. Like, it comes with a replacement bolt, comes with a replacement circlip for the inside here. But what I don't like about it is it has these kind of like a Jubilee clip for the CV boot. I'm not a great love of that. I don't actually have the system, or I don't believe I have the system there for, I do, yeah, for tightening up the, the cable tie style ones. I need to get something for the inside of here, the cable tie style for in here anyway. So I'm going to have to do something about that. I'll leave these boots basically sitting like that. They're in good place like that, and we'll find a solution for that in the next few days. All right, guys. I'll check back with you soon.
I'm feeling high. I'm feeling high. feeling high. I'm feeling high. I'm feeling high. I'm feeling high. I'm feeling high.
Alright guys, so you've seen me rebuilding the CV joints and everything like that. Nothing too majorly complex about it. Packet full of grease. I used pretty much on, even though it looks like an awful lot of grease, I used pretty much on par with what Febby was supplying for the joints, if you know what I mean. So Febby was supplying 90 grams for each of the joints. It's a 400 gram CV grease, and I have about 100 grams left in that, so I was about 100 per side, which is about right. So you also probably seen me struggle with these cables. I was trying to do it with pliers and stuff like that, these metal cable ties, and that was just never going to work. It was just not going to ever pull enough pressure. So what I managed to do then today, since that video I've been at work, and what I managed to do was I managed to get the correct gun for it. Now this is something that's used in the electrical world for metal cable tying down, let's say fire cable and stuff like that. It all has to be metal cable ties so that it doesn't melt in the case of a fire and causing an issue. So I'm going to try and pop this down and give you kind of a demonstration on how this works. Bear with me because it might be a bit of a messy job. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah, you're just about seeing what you need to be seeing on it. So yeah, basically, if I fish this around here, it's very kind of self-explanatory, but it gets a good bit of pressure going. So I don't know if these are going to, if you go looking for something like this, that it'll be cheaper than buying the alternative proper, you know, the toothed ones that come standard on them. Let me see if I have an example. So like what would be original to it is this kind of style here, you know, where you have your teeth and they lock in, and then you just use one of these pliers to squeeze on that joint, and then it just pulls the teeth in, creating it nice and tight. So I don't know if that would be cheaper than getting one of these guns. This is just what I happen to have easily accessible while I was at work. I was able to get a lend of one of these from a friend. And bear with me 2 seconds. It has a dial for its strength and its grip. There we go. And I want to wind it right up. So I want to get it nice and tight. So I'm gonna wind that dial. You won't really be able to see it too much on the video, but I want to get it right up into the right size, and then I'm placing this on there, and I'm just basically feeding the cable tie into it. and then I'm just hand pumping it until it breaks, and it has left me a little bit like that. And what I've been doing basically is I just get the pliers and I just snip that off with the snips, and that seems to do a good job. I say it's pretty good quality stuff, so it doesn't cut that easy. Now that, let me see if I can show you. That is not a bad job done. It's a little bit protruding in one area versus another, and I can tell you the reason for that. The reason for that is somebody previously tried to open up these CV joints, and what they did was, I think they tried basically working it out like this and working it out like that. So actually the what is circle here on it, and it would be circle here as well, has dents in it from the drive shaft just slapping off itself. I don't know if that's from people trying to pull the bloody drive shafts out, or out of the hub or something like that, but either way, they're out of shape. So that is why I've got a couple of little imperfections in where that's sitting like that. And there's another one here, guys. Another one just there, and you can see it there. Like, so anyway, I'm happy that's a good solution for that. I'm going to leave the Febby Jubilee style ones on as well, and yeah, they'll do nicely for the car. So the only thing I still need to figure out is the prop shaft issue. I'm going to loosen up both of the prop shafts from the gear, or both of the prop shafts from the gearbox and from the diff. Just loose now. I'm not going to take them off. I'm going to loosen them up, and then I'm going to rotate everything several times, try and move them back and forth and stuff like that, so it starts to sit right in the middle, and then bolt them back up, and hopefully that will solve that problem. Aside from that, not really much else has changed. Yeah, I have to remove some of the electrical gear, everything like that, and then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to at least attempt to make a fresh. I'll have a look at the plugs and connectors and stuff like that. But what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to make a fresh glow plug loom, and everything like that. So we'll see how that goes. I have some single stranded core cable over there that would be rated quite high as well. I did have a look for what was differentiating, let's say, automotive cable versus a commercial or industrial type cable, and I couldn't really find much in relation to ratings. Basically what it seems to be is that the automotive one is a single layer of insulation. This is a double layer of insulation. Heat resistance, this stuff will be really highly rated for heat resistance because you have to have fire rated for that. And it is stranded. Let me see if I can show you that. Yeah, you're just about seeing that there. So that is a stranded cable. So we don't have, a lot of the time when you read up about it, they're talking about people saying you can't use a solid core cable for the electrical work in a car, and the reason for that is that vibration and resonance will make a copper cable quite hard and brittle, so that's why you use stranded. That stuff is stranded, so we're okay on that side of things. That's a very high quality cable, so I think we are onto a winner for that. And basically I'm going to have to, I think, open up each of the glow plug tops and solder in to them. I'm going to have a look at that and see how that works. That's pretty much it. I'm going to have to also, I got the fuel lines in back at the petrol tank, because it is a petrol tank. It is a 13mm out. These are 8mm, so I'm going to have to find some way of reducing that down for the rubber hose part. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see if there's any hydraulic connections where I can actually thread in a 13mm barb, and then on the other side have the female or the male version of an 8mm barb, both on the same thread pattern. And as such, that's my reducer. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you found some of that interesting. We'll see how the electrical side of it, like the making of the loom and everything goes. Hopefully that we're on to a winner with that one too. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.